angels, it's Hailey Reese and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so grateful that you are here and I do hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic and incredible October 1st. Happy first day of 31 days of Halloween 2025. I am so beyond excited to be here. And wow, has it been a minute, but I am more than excited to be sharing the next 31 days back to back with each and every one of you. I can't think of a way that I'd rather spend my October. I've spent every October since 2017 here with you guys. And this year is going to be really, really special for a number of reasons. Now, obviously, it has been quite some time since I've uploaded here on my channel, and over the past year and a half, 2 years, it's been pretty on and off with the upload schedule here on my channel as well. And so today, I thought that I would sit down and finally give you guys the long-awaited update video, share everything for better and for worse that's been going on with me and my family over the last 2 years, and just open up to you guys so you can get a better understanding of where I've been and why I'm so beyond grateful to be back and here with you guys today. Initially, I had a completely different video planned for October 1st, but I felt as though I couldn't get back into the swing of things and spend every single day with you guys until you guys really got an idea of everything that's been going on. Actually, I'd read a comment here on YouTube a couple of days ago that put things into perspective for me, and one of you had mentioned that it would feel really strange for you if I just jumped back into my content and daily uploads without explaining where I've been. Because in the past, I've been so open and transparent with you guys and everything going on behind the scenes. And one disclaimer that I do want to give before I get into everything is you guys are so sweet, and so many of you are beyond gracious and kind and understanding, and just overall, I can't even put into words how grateful I am for each and every one of you. And I know that there's going to be a bunch of you who will say, Hailey, you owe us nothing. You don't have to share these personal things with us. And while I know that to be true, absolutely, and I am all for boundaries with things, I really want to share this with you guys because recently I was talking with somebody on Patreon, and in sharing what I've been going through and my family's struggles and the health complications that have presented themselves, really put into perspective the human experience and find so much strength in leaning on one another and sharing all the things that we go through, because whether we like it or not, life is full of ups and downs for all of us. And at one point or another, we all find ourselves in really, really scary and challenging situations. So to backtrack for a moment, I very first and foremost just want to reiterate and say once again that I am so excited for 31 days of Halloween here on my channel. I will be uploading every single day for the month of October. There will be a new spooky video every day for you. If you guys have any content suggestions or content that you really want to see from me, specific cases you want me to cover, places you want me to investigate, stories you want me to share, make sure to comment them down below. Message me on Instagram, here on YouTube, anywhere really, and I will do my best to create as many of those videos for you guys as possible. But let's get into the life update because a lot has been going on and there's a lot to share. So I'm going to kind of start here at the beginning of 2024. And again, I'm really just going to share the overall experience that I've been going through, not the intimate details of every single thing, though I may further down the line, especially where all of the health stuff is concerned, because I know there will be so many questions and perhaps others who are going through similar things. But I had shared with you guys in 2024, at the beginning of 2024, I personally had a really extreme health scare when I suffered a massive seizure. And that was something that really put health in the forefront of my life and in that around me, or the people around me, because it was one of those life moments that happens to you so unexpectedly, so out of nowhere, and shocks you and brings you back to reality to realize that you are very much human and you are very much mortal and that no day is guaranteed. It's something that I think about so often in my life, and I'm somebody who I'd like to believe constantly reminds myself that this life is short and that while our soul is eternal, our time here on earth as this individual being is limited and also not guaranteed on a day-to-day basis. But this was an experience that really scared me, and it really changed my perspective on life and the value of life, which was something that I really needed after the difficult years that I'd had prior to that. So in hindsight, well, that was really scary, and I worked with my doctor through that. It was something that I was grateful to have had happened when all was said and done, because it really changed the trajectory of my life for the better. As the year continued to go on, though, one of my dads started to become very ill and was really feeling unwell. And so he started visiting the doctor more frequently and trying to really get to the bottom of what was going on with his health. And the one thing I really, really hope, if anything, that somebody watching this video can take from it is that you have to advocate for yourself and really push when you feel like something is wrong. There's a couple of things I'm going to tell you throughout this video that are true testimonies of the importance of going and talking to a doctor or talking to somebody when you don't feel right, because nobody knows your body like you. And my dad knew that something was very wrong going on within his body. As the time went on, and in the midst of trying to figure out what exactly was going on with him, in August of 2024, my cousin, obviously my dad's nephew, would suddenly pass away in a motorcycle accident. He was in his early 30s, obviously so much life left to live. And this really came as a shock, as accidents do, to my entire family. In the midst of already a difficult time with my dad, trying to figure out what's going on with his health, kind of knowing that we're awaiting some sort of news. We knew something was wrong. It was just a matter of to what degree. And then he was hit, and we were all hit and devastated by the loss of my cousin. And so my dad, flew back here because he lives in a different province. And we went through the funeral and the grieving and just coping with all of that. And not too long after this, after returning back home, unfortunately, my family and my dad more specifically would get the news that my dad was diagnosed with a very rare type of cancer. And while this was incredibly shocking and obviously devastating for all of us to hear, unfortunately, we'd kind of been preparing for the idea that this was a possibility. Through the testing that he'd been doing and the research that all of us had been doing. Obviously, you could never go off of Dr. Google, but there was a lot of things pointing in the direction that something was very wrong with him. And while it was devastating to hear the news, nobody wants to hear the word cancer. And unfortunately, so many people all across the world hear that word far too often with far too many people they love. But beyond that, there was a new hope that was formed because he'd been feeling so unwell for so long that it felt good in a way to suddenly have the answers as to what was going on and then begin moving forward to a course of action and treatment to hopefully completely cure him of this cancer and heal his body because it'd been going through so much. And so he began treatment, and that was difficult, as I'm sure it could be. He remained in the best spirits that he possibly could. And my dad has been so incredible throughout all of this. It's been so trying for the entire family. With such a dark diagnosis, you begin to see so much love and family coming together and really helping one another and uplifting one another and being there in any way that you can be for somebody. Well, I may not understand what it's like to go through cancer on such a personal level. Just being there for my dad and seeing the entire family come together really gives so much hope. And you just get to see a whole new side to how much you love and appreciate somebody and how sacred and special and limited time and life really can be. And so he went through a bunch of treatment, and not too long after that, I'm kind of skimming through months here. At the start of this year, we were really, really optimistic because he was deemed cancer-free. We believed that the treatment was successful, and we were obviously so beyond grateful and ecstatic about this news. But unfortunately, that was short-lived for my dad, as he started to get some of the same symptoms again, and he felt as though, going back to having to advocate for your body and your own self, he knew something still wasn't right. And he started pressing at the doctor's appointments and really putting it out there that something wasn't great. And I do want to give such an appreciation here. If any of you watching this are in the healthcare field or any form of a healthcare worker, thank you for all that you guys do. I have heard firsthand from my dad the beautiful support and just the medical team that he's had and the people who have been there to support him on the medical side of everything has been something that my family is so eternally grateful for. These medical professionals are dealing with families at a time of grieving life as they knew it before a diagnosis and really looking towards the future with so much fear. And yet these workers are just so kind and uplifting and really just the smile that you may need that day. So it's been really great for him in that aspect, but he kept pushing that something wasn't right. And unfortunately, not too long ago, he got the news that his cancer had returned. And this doctor's appointment for him was a lot scarier, a lot heavier. And it was the first time that everybody really felt the shock of like, wow, this is really serious. Not that we thought it wasn't serious before, but when you're really being told by the doctors, hey, we need to try this new treatment, and this treatment is a matter of life or death, and it's really important, and, you know, we really are putting our eggs in this basket, it hits you really hard. And it's a lot to absorb and a lot to take in. And I have to give so much credit to my family for the grace in which they've taken this second cancer diagnosis, this return of cancer, and the fear of the unknown of this treatment and that which he's starting. I can't even speak right now. The treatment in which he's starting, the unknowns with that, and Dr. Google becoming quite scary, to put it frankly. My family's had such a positive outlook on this. Well, we're dealing with the reality of it, and we very much understand how awful this is for my dad and how much we just want him to feel better and to be through this difficult journey in his life right now. There's also so much hope and so much faith in this treatment and in finding inner strength. So, as of like a day ago when you guys are seeing this video, my dad has been admitted back into the hospital for upwards of a month to do this new treatment that we're really, really hopeful and optimistic will do what it needs to do in fighting the cancer. I will obviously update you guys on this as it progresses forward while still respecting his privacy and keeping all the intimate details with my family. But I would really, really appreciate if you guys could send love and prayers and just all the positive energy that you can to my dad, Steve. It would mean more to me than you could ever imagine. And I just know it would mean the absolute world to my family. We are such believers in positive energy and really putting the light out there when somebody's going through something and healing them just with our energies and our minds and our spirit and our faith and our hope, just all the good things. We are really, really hopeful about this treatment, and we're really grateful for modern science, for modern medicine, and for the opportunity to really fight this aggressive cancer. It's not a good feeling when you learn about aggressive cancers of this nature and what they can really do to somebody. But it's always incredible to hear the stories of hope and to come together as a community. So I really do appreciate any of you who will send my dad, Steve, so much love and healing. As I said, he's in the hospital right now, admitted and receiving a treatment. So hopefully I'll have some better news on that in the future. But that's something that my family has been dealing with behind the scenes. And actually during all of this, there was a time as well. And the reason I want to mention this is, again, just advocating for your health and staying on top of your health and taking care of yourself is just so important. My mom had went to the eye doctor a couple of months ago, and just a regular eye doctor's appointment. She went in, she was getting a new prescription, some new glasses. And as she goes in there was a real level of concern because they had discovered that there was actually a hemorrhage in her eyes. And this was something that really concerned them. So they ended up sending her to the doctor pretty much immediately. It was something that she just would have had no idea was even a thing had she not have went to the eye doctor and had her eyes assessed. So I think for me, that was just a reminder of like staying on top of our health and staying on top of taking care of ourselves. I also just want to give this update as well because I have been seeing a couple comments here on YouTube, and while they are so beyond sweet, I have to set the record straight about the new baby. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I share a lot on my stories of my day-to-day life, and I had shared a beautiful, adorable little baby with you guys, sharing how she had been welcomed into our family for now. And a lot of people immediately saw that photo and assumed that I had had a baby. And while that would have been super exciting, I'm currently not trying to have a baby, and that's not in the cards for me right now. Hopefully someday, but not right now. I do just want to say that for those of you who don't know, my mom's actually a foster parent, and the little baby is a current foster placement of hers. We've had her in the family since February, I believe, and she was only a couple of months old. So it's been really special being there throughout her first little milestones and caring for her in her time of need. She is beautiful. She is incredible. And throughout the work that I've watched my mom and my family do, I just can't speak highly enough about fostering and how beautiful of a gift it is to be there for these children in really special and pivotal moments in their lives, really difficult moments in their lives, and transitional periods in their lives, and getting to be a positive moment in their journey. It's really special to us. It's something that we're so grateful to be a part of. Well, I personally am not a foster parent myself. I am highly involved with all of my mom's foster kids, and they just mean the world to me. They are family to us for life the moment that they come into our home. And just, I love children. I can't wait to hopefully someday be a mother and to be able to be a positive influence and caretaker for the littles. It means the absolute world. But the little babe is not ours. Well, she is part of our family, and I love her just as much as if she were. She is not ours, and she is my mama's new foster. So I wanted to clear the air on that. Thank you for all the well wishes. I will take them and hold them in my pocket for the day that I do finally announce a pregnancy to you all. But as of right now, nope, no little babe for me, just lots of littles to give love to and grow with. So that's the update on that. With all of that being said, it has been a really difficult health year for myself and my family, but it has been such an incredible journey as far as just appreciating this earthly experience so much more. I have all these creative ideas and juices within me. I always feel like that sounds so weird to say creative juices, but I have all this creativity just blossoming inside of me, and I'm so excited to be back here on my channel, to be uploading for you guys, and just being with you every single day and sharing that creative side of me once again. It's going to feel incredible. So I do want to take a moment and thank each and every one of you who are still here. I know the algorithm can be a tricky thing to begin with, and I know that I'm not the channel that most of you were expecting new content from over the past year just because of how crazy it's been. But I am back, and I am so grateful to be here sharing my life with you, sharing my heart and soul, and this is something that I will do every single day for the rest of my God-given life. It is something that means the absolute world to me. So thank you guys so much for that. I am so beyond grateful to be spending this October with you. I can't believe how many Octobers it's been now, and I'm just grateful. If there's one word that I could use to describe the past year for me and just my journey with you guys here, it's gratitude. And I just hope that you guys know that even when I'm not uploading here, even when I'm not active online or in social media, I'm always thinking of you guys, and I am eternally grateful for each and every one of you. There are no words that could ever amount to the love that I feel and the gratitude that I have. So thank you, and I absolutely cannot wait to spend the next 31 days back to back with you guys. So I hope that you've missed me. And with that being said, that is it for today's video. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until tomorrow, so good to say that, I love you. Bye, guys.